Welcome to OST 149, Cyber Safety Overview. This is an overview lesson connecting all 4 cyber safety modules and explaining why this training exists in the first place.
4 lessons, 1 continuous story. What you're responsible for. The systems that hold that responsibility. What the threat looks like at work. And what's at stake when data is at its most sensitive. Lesson 1. Ethics and Legal Foundations. What are you responsible for? Lesson 2. Data Protection and Health IT Security. What systems hold that responsibility? Lesson 3. Threats in Public Health and Workplace. What does the risk look like at work? Lesson 4. Life's Critical Junctures. What's at stake when data is most sensitive? By the end, you won't just know the rules, you'll understand why the rules exist.
Cybersecurity isn't optional best practice in healthcare, it's a federal obligation. This lesson lays the legal groundwork everything else builds on. What counts as PHI, protected health information, and why it's legally protected in every form: electronic, paper, and verbal; HIPAA and high tech, the privacy, security, and breach notification rules, and how high tech gave HIPAA real enforcement teeth. What's actually at stake: civil penalties up to $2 million or more per violation. Willful violations can mean federal prison time. Ethics beyond compliance: the law sets the floor. Professional judgment is what protects patients when the law doesn't give a clear answer. Electronic health records make modern care possible. Real-time data sharing across providers. That same connectivity is exactly what makes healthcare the most targeted industry in the country. Confidentiality: only authorized personnel can access PHI. Integrity: patient data stays accurate and unaltered. Availability: records are accessible when care needs them. You'll see how real attacks unfold, from a single phishing email to a 6-week ransomware disruption at a major health system, because understanding the anatomy of an attack is what makes you able to stop one. Most breaches don't start with a sophisticated hacker breaking through a firewall. They start with an employee, a weak password, an unlocked screen, a rushed click. Every person in the building is part of the defense. The NIST Cybersecurity Framework: identify, protect, detect, respond, recover. The national standard your future employer will expect you to know. We'll also zoom out to the public health side: disease surveillance, outbreak reporting, and population health data that requires the same strict legal protections under HIPAA. 386. That's the number of U.S. health system attacks in 2024. Some data isn't just sensitive, it's irreversible or tied to family or created at a moment when a patient is at their most vulnerable. This is where the rules become personal. Reproductive health, post-Dobbs. The 2022 Dobbs decision changed the legal landscape for reproductive records. The 2024 HIPAA update restricts cross-state law enforcement disclosure of reproductive PHI, regardless of the requesting state's jurisdiction. Genetic data: the most permanent data a patient will ever create. It cannot be changed or anonymized, and a single test reveals information about an entire family line, not just the patient. GINA and HIPAA both apply. This module was developed as part of a National Science Foundation-funded initiative to close a specific gap. Healthcare and health IT programs teach clinical and administrative skills extensively, but cybersecurity awareness is often treated as an afterthought. The people on the front line of that fight aren't just IT professionals. They're the medical office staff, schedulers, billing coordinators, and clinical support workers who touch patient data every single day. Number one, the most attacked critical infrastructure sector in the US. The goal is simple. Make sure students learn cybersecurity here, not for the first time on the job, after something has already gone wrong. OST 149 trains you for the medical office environment, the exact place where most healthcare data actually lives, day to day. You're the person most likely to open a patient's chart. You're the person most likely to forward a document. You're the person most likely to take a phone call asking to verify someone's information. You're the person most likely to notice when a login looks wrong. That's not a side responsibility. In a modern medical office, it's part of the job description, whether or not it's written down. This module makes sure it's written down, taught, and practiced before you ever have to apply it under pressure. Thank you for your attention and participation. Every rule, every safeguard, every "why does this matter" moment in this module traces back to one idea. Protecting patient data is not separate from patient care. It is patient care